All right, we're just a couple weeks away from CKLV in Las Vegas. It goes down December 3rd and 4th. The best college tournament of the year. We've got a bunch of awesome matchups. We're going to zone in on a couple of the best potential ones that could be going down at 133 pounds. We got our first look at Vito Rujao up at 133 pounds. He could take on Chris Cannon, who just made a World U23 team. Spey, what do you think about this matchup?
Yeah, I think this is a great test for Vito at 133. He started his college career at 133, dropped down to 125, was an All-American, and then we didn't see him for a while. He didn't wrestle, took an Olympic redshirt year, then took another, Ivies didn't have a year. Chris Cannon was out there on the streets last year, was an All-American, and then he's got some freestyle moves too. Vito is a world silver medalist at the cadet and junior level. Chris Cannon just came back from Serbia, where you were.
That's right.
Where he placed 5th, which is not too shabby, at a U23 World Championship. So this is a really intriguing matchup. It's 2 weeks away, so the rankings right now are provisional, but I like the fact that they're both going to be potentially in this weight class. I got to go with Vito, though. I think he's got a little bit more going for him. I'm going to write my initials on here to keep track of what's going on. That's Andrew Spey right there. What do you think, JD?
Yeah, I was really impressed with Chris Cannon at U23 Worlds. I think he's made strides since being an All-American last year, but it's Vito. He made the Olympic trials finals. I think I'm rolling with him.
Yeah, we got to get our graphic out there.
Yeah,
so
there
look, it's 2 weeks away, but we had to go anyway. So rankings are provisional, but it looks like a top 10 matchup if these guys meet. Everything has to play out at the tournament at CKLV. But he's eyeing the competition there. He's pumped up for what he just did.
Yeah, but like you said, I think I got to roll with Vito. He made the Olympic trials finals. I think his length at full feet at 133 pounds. I think we are really just going to see the best Vito here. I'm going with Vito.
JR. For the Raidermen. All right, we're going up to 49. This is potentially the best matchup that we could see. Let's talk about these guys. Double tap there. Sammy Sasso, number 2. Yanni, number 1. Just like Vito, his teammate, Cornell Man, moving up a weight class. Yanni won his 2 NCAA championships at 141. Now he's at 149. Sammy was an NCAA finalist last year, lost one this close to Austin O'Connor, who bumped up himself to 157. Now we got these two guys probably going to be the number 1 and number 2 seed, probably going to see each other in the finals. What do you think is going to happen?
Chaos. This one's going to be a funky one. We're going to see some weird scrambles. Their match at the RTC Cup showed us this. It was a little bit different because it was freestyle. There's some exposure points, maybe some not controlled takedowns, but I'm not counting Sammy out, but it's Yanni. Like you said, he's a 2-time champ. I gotta roll with Yanni here. Sammy could maybe, slap a cradle. Gotta watch out for something like that. But I'm going with the number 1 guy.
Yeah, both guys like the cradle. It should be awesome. We've both seen him this year. Yanni had a tight one with Jaden Abbas. That one was in a dual meet, and there were some weird things going on. A shoelace call, a penalty point, a stalling call. So it wasn't a typical, hopefully not what we're going to see a lot in this tournament, that Yanni squeaked one by there. And then Sammy Sasso was in a couple tough matches himself so far this season. Bryce Andonian and him went back and forth, scored a lot of points in their dual meet recently. So I think this is going to be a wild one. Also, Jaden Abbas is back at in this weight class. He's potentially could be at CKLV, could be mixing things up with Stanford. And then Yaya Thomas, we can't count him out either. Sammy's gotten the better of him the last time they wrestled, but Yaya took out Abbas, who just went toe-to-toe with Yanni twice at NCAAs, and Yaya had a great run on the backside, finished 3rd, beat a whole bunch of good guys, other All-Americans along the way. So he's a potential spoiler, but as much as I love a classic Sammy Classo, I still got to go Yanni. I think he's the guy to take it at 49, but that whole weight class.
Yeah, like you said, this is number 1 versus number 2, but it is far from guaranteed to go down.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Now we move up to 157, and this is an interesting one. Ryan Deacon and Quincy Monday as a potential matchup. So Q looking strong. We got him number 6. Ryan Deacon looking beefy as well, number 2. What do you think is going to happen here?
Can Monday get to the double leg? He took Caleb Young down with a clean double leg in the duel. That's how he won. I don't know, though. Ryan Deacon is so tough. If he's wrestling at his best, I think I'm rolling with Ryan Deacon. But Monday, looking as good as we've ever seen him.
So you got Ryan Deacon there. Okay, you mentioned the match against Caleb Young. I thought Quincy looked absolutely outstanding against a very good,
He did.
very seasoned All-American himself. And Caleb, just like the Cornell guys, we did not see Princeton last year at all because of COVID. That stunk. I'm going with Quincy, but also watch out in this weight class because you have the Giant Slayer, Peyton Robb, moving down from 165 for Nebraska. He just took out Austin O'Connor and then pushed David Carr to the brink at the Daktronics. Overtime. David Carr needed 2 last-minute takedowns. So Ryan Deacon's still as strong as ever. We haven't seen him yet this year, but he came back for his 6th year. That should be fun. And Brayton Lee could also be in this tournament. Brayton Lee has the ability to match up. I think he's a great stylistic matchup with Quincy. I just want to see those matches all day. But I think Q might get the upset.
Okay.
But we'll see. You know, that's why they got to wrestle the matches.
Rankings mean nothing.
Rankings really mean nothing, especially after last weekend. Okay, Evan Wick, Shane Griffith. We got that one circled for 165. Why don't you talk about that?
Yeah, thinking about this match, breaking it down, it's like hurting my brain trying to pick a winner. Shane Griffith, your returning national champion, but he goes down in a controversial match to Cornell's Julian Ramirez. So we haven't seen Evan Wick in a while, but he's had a lot of freestyle success, had a very good Olympic trials at 74 kilos. And for that reason, I think I'm rolling with Evan Wick. He's still tough, and top is his best position. And the fact that he's had so much success in freestyle the past 12 months without being able to utilize his best position, I think bodes very well for him at his new school, Cal Poly.
This is intriguing in a lot of ways for what happened in the offseason. So Stanford thought their program was being dropped right before Shane Griffith wins a national title. Before that even happens, before the NCAA tournament happens, Stanford says they're dropping the program. They're going to wrestle out this season. Shane Griffith wins a national championship, and then it's where's he going to wrestle next because they're not going to have a program. Well, then we have to, Stanford comes back, the program is saved, Shane Griffith has to be re-recruited, Rob Cole is his new coach. Nobody knows what's going on, but that put all sorts of craziness into his offseason. And then Evan Wick was 3rd, 4th, or the reverse order, 4th, 3rd, was ranked 4th in the tournament, got canceled, and then took an Olympic redshirt year. So we haven't seen him, but that was all at Wisconsin. Now he's at Cal Poly. What's he going to do here? He's got the credentials, but I'm going with Shane Griffith. This should be an awesome one if they meet. Could go either way, but it's just getting that matchup, which we haven't seen these guys against each other yet, even in the same tournament at all, even.
Yeah, and like I said, Ramirez just beat Shane Griffith, so
hey, rankings don't matter. Anything could happen.
Exactly. So this match could not even happen as well. I do think we are going to see this next match probably at 285. Kind of a clash of Titans, a rematch of last year's NCAA final. Spey, how do you see this one going down?
Well, I would say this. Nobody is bigger than this guy right here in NCAA wrestling right now. No offense to Mason, but nobody took advantage of the NIL deal more than Gable Steveson. His stock couldn't be higher. He wins an Olympic gold. That usually tends to help boost your star power a little bit. But not only did that, he signed a deal with WWE. We were like, man, Gable, thanks for the time. Really appreciate it. And then he said, guess what?
I'm the people's champ.
I'm not going anywhere. Mic drop. And then he comes back and he's going to wrestle. So, now we have this Titanic matchup. They both have freestyle credentials too. This is a junior world champ. Let's not forget it. Beat a guy that beat Gable before Gable went on to win Olympic gold, a guy from Uzbekistan that's now serving a suspension for PEDs. So we don't have to worry about that. But so my plan is that I'm going to pick Gable Steveson. Let's cut the suspense. I think he's going to win. He's the best heavyweight in college right now, in the world and in any division. But we all need to watch this matchup and watch when Gable wrestles to convince him that you should keep wrestling. You should keep coming back to wrestle. Show him some love, show him, and then, hey, maybe he goes on and keeps making all, right. But at least we say we tried. He's going to go make millions, do whatever, be on TV with WWE. But if we show him that he is the star here in the wrestling world, maybe we'll get more tournaments out of Gable Steveson. Who knows? But yeah, and let's also not forget
Mason Perez very good, but Gable, kind of smashed him in the NCAA finals. I think the score is 8-4, which doesn't really reflect how the match went. Gable pretty much dominated, and I think he's only gotten better and more confident since winning Olympic gold. So we're going to see some snap downs, some go behinds, some good shots, and I think Gable wins this one handily.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to bet against Gable at anything going forward for the foreseeable future. But this is just some of the stuff that we wanted to highlight. It was too exciting, too much fun not to break these weights down, not to break these potential matchups down. Our virtual whiteboard here, we're just going to get the hang of it. But, arbitrarily on this side, I kind of like these guys. Those are my guys right there. And then also Vito. And then JDR.
I bounced around a little bit.
You went back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
This is just a small taste of what we're going to see at CKLV. It's going to be, top 10 guys running into each other all over the place. It's the first time we've had a CKLV type tournament in 2 years.
Like I said, one of, if not the best college tournament every year.
All right, it's going down December
3rd and 4th.
3rd and 4th in Las Vegas. You can watch every match live on Flow. We'll see you there.